Talks about, and I'm sorry about the little picture of me there, but it talks about resolve. And in this proverb it says, "From strife, but every fool will be quarrelling. It is honourable for a man to resolve a dispute, but any fool will quarrel. Keeping away from strife is an honour." That's from Proverbs 20, verse 3. It is honourable for a man to resolve a dispute, but any fool will quarrel. And this is what I'm running into. My last partner was a very peaceful woman. She didn't want any trouble. But by goodness gracious me, her sons were quarrelsome. Covertly quarrelsome. Covert means sort of a hidden kind of hostility that works behind the door, sort of hiding behind the door hostility. And resolve is something I go on about a bit because it's honourable for a man to resolve a dispute. But to what extent should you do that? If you're going in to bring peace to a quarrel, you better go in a way in which it's going to bring strength for the outcome. Because if you go in and it's not your job to bring peace, that'd be like somebody going to the cross and pretending to be Jesus. It's not going to work. So the ideas of resolving a dispute have God order as well. And if you're not the cause of the dispute, then why enable somebody to think they can cause disputes to get attention? If you find yourself in a situation of conflict and you're not the cause of it, then why would you try and resolve something that you're not the cause of? This is a situation that I found myself in. If you try and bring resolve to a dispute that you haven't caused, you're enabling the person who's caused the dispute to think that they can get attention from causing disputes, and that's basically what happened. These people were feeding on the attention, and the positive attention that they were getting from causing negative dispute, and that wasn't good for anyone. So it's honourable for a man to resolve a dispute, but any fool will quarrel. I decided to remove myself immediately from the quarrel, whatever the quarrel was. It had a lot to do with possession of the woman in terms of maternal. In that instance, I've had a couple of these instances where the adult children have wanted to possess their mothers, and the poor women, they haven't got the skills to try and get around that, I suppose, and end up in the middle of it all, messed up. And see, if you enable people that cause strife, guess what you're going to get? More strife, and different elements of that strife, because strife can manifest itself in so many different ways. It's not funny. Covert strife, passive aggressive strife, malicious strife, and it all leads to quarrels. In the end, it dissolved our relationship. I absolutely could not have been bothered with the immaturity and evil of these infantile young men. So it's honourable for a man to resolve a dispute. Where was their honour? Okay, where was their honour? Where was their prowess in respecting their mother and her partnership. They didn't have any. That's why they didn't want to resolve it. Several times I asked for resolve. Several times I didn't get the opportunity to bring it. That's what happens. Without resolve, hey mate, without resolve there's no peace or no opportunity to find peace. It's honourable for a man to resolve a dispute, but any fool will quarrel. You can't resolve a delusion either. We live in a world of privileged people now, and with that privilege is coming delusion, and you can't resolve a delusion. Delusions aren't resolvable. Some people are so pedestalized today that they think if they believe something or make up something based on the way that they feel, that's it, that's the reality. But unfortunately, I'm finding for most people that it's not, because they're medicated, they're drug induced, they're domestically drug inclined, they're reliant on all sorts of medications and goodness knows what, and they don't have the ability to resolve because they're causing quarrels that shouldn't even be there. Does that make sense? A lot of people are causing trouble that shouldn't even be there. It's like these rental cars, they take pictures of all the scratches and all the dents and things on the car before you borrow it. Now, can you imagine the person doing that, adding faults to the car? That's what people that cause quarrels do. They're trying to add fault or make fault of the person that you are. Don't buy into it. Walk away. Don't let these people trick you into engaging into their Machiavellianism. They're evil, they're enmity. They don't want you around. Don't be there. And if the parents of these children don't know how to manage them, that's not your problem. Most of them are adult children anyway. It's not your problem. Let them solve their problems. Don't get caught up in people's wrong conclusions about you, making up stories and crap and rubbish, because if you engage it, you're acknowledging the possibility that they're right. And if they are right, resolve it. If they're not right, leave them to their own devices. They'll destroy themselves because they're fools. It's honourable for a man to resolve a dispute, but any fool will quarrel. Remember that. It's honourable for a person to resolve a dispute, but any fool will quarrel.